Namaskaram. What if I told you that by learning to pinch powder out between your thumb and your index finger, you can be a creative artist? What if I told you that there is an art form that connects math, geometry, history, languages, spirituality, philosophy, and anything else you like, at the same time fills your life with positivity? That is Kolam. Kolam is the art form done on the threshold of homes with rice flour. It originated in Tamil Nadu. My Amma introduced it to me at the age of 10. I learned to draw simple basic designs during my school days and graduated to bigger columns during festivals as I became more interested and intrigued in this art form. I made a notebook of columns collected from Tamil magazines, and I still have those yellowed pages filled with patterns conquered and done over the time. Marriage, family commitments and obligations push this artwork behind to appear only during festival days. But 5 years ago, when I visited my mother, she was drawing some kolam in her notebook. And she said she was planning for the month of Margazhi. Now, the Tamil month of Margazhi falls between approximately December 15th to January 14th. It is one of the holiest months in the year, and drawing columns outside on the threshold is considered very auspicious. So I committed to draw columns for the entire month. It was at that period that I realized that this is not just art. There is math, there's logic, science, and a bit of everything. For example, the calculation of dots, the additions and the subtractions to make the shape involved maths. The distance between the dots, the angles at which the lines need to be drawn involved geometry. The lines are drawn with a precision that repeats itself through the pattern. Logic. I realized it can also speak to you. Those simple lines moving down paths to form the pattern seemed like a language to me. Was I choosing the pattern, or was the pattern choosing me to tell a story? That's when the quality of my columns started changing. I extended it to be an expression relating to not only events, but stories from the Puranas, a life quote, or even a movie. Okay, let me share a story. Lord Shiva is one of the principal deities of Hinduism. He is one of the trinity of gods that includes Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma. His consort is goddess Parvati. They were once traveling through the city of Amaravati, and they halted at a temple. There they decided to play a friendly game of dice. As the game started, the goddess asked the temple priest, who did he think will win the game? The priest said, the Lord Shiva will win. Eventually, goddess Parvati won the game, but she was enraged at the priest for the lack of faith in her, and she cursed him with leprosy. The poor man suffered for many years till someone told him that fasting while praying to Lord Shiva for 16 Mondays during the month of Shravan, which comes between mid-July to mid-August, will help him. He did it, and eventually it healed him. Even in these modern times, this fast is observed by many people if they need any wishes to be fulfilled. And they call it the Solha Somvar Vrat. So one morning, as I was drawing a kolam, the pattern emerging was telling me the story. And when I added color, I had a visual tale. This is one of my earliest works. Now, Suprabhatam is a Sanskrit word which means auspicious morning. Venkatesha Suprabhatam is a collection of verses which is recited very early in the morning to wake up Lord Venkatesha or Lord Vishnu. A friend of mine sent me the 24th verse, which is Meena krite kamatakola nasimhavarnin Swamin parashvata tapodhana Ramachandra Sheshamsha Rama Yadunandana Kalki Rupa Shri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. This verse names the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu. I was asked if I can do a kolam for this verse. And here it is. I made an abstract version of all the 10 incarnations. So there is Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana, Parshuram, Ram, Balram, Krishna, and Kalki. Now, since these were risen from Lord Vishnu, I have his symbols here, the Sudarshana Chakra, the sacred conch, the Shankh, and his Tirinama. It made a great impact, a huge impact on social media, and I never realized this would touch so many souls as it did. It was also chosen to be published in a holy book last June. In 2016, I realized that I wanted to share this art form with the world. So I opened a Facebook page and named it the Lotus Shakti. I had to convey to this generation that kolam, a traditional art form, is also cool. So I introduced some contemporary patterns into kolam, a fusion of sorts. Now, when in a kolam, the lines weave around the dots without touching them, we call it the Chikka kolam. I converted the Chikka kolam into Celtic knots, like this one here. A few years ago, I saw an English movie called Dr. Strange. In that movie, there was an explanation of what is the third eye. The theory of multiverses was also explained. It inspired me to do a kolam, and that was this. I also did some geometric patterns with 3D effects, which were inspired by life. Like, life isn't just black and white. There is always a gray. There's nothing about wrong or right. There is also a midway. Something like this inspired me to draw this kolam. And this one is something to do with the impossible paradoxes of life. My journey took an unusual path when people requested me to start teaching. So I devised a syllabus that would make it interesting with a sense of achievement. I started my workshops in May 2017. It became a learning process for me as well as the students. I used to take exams and even give certificates. Now that year, Margari, again, mid-December to mid-January, I challenged my senior students to commit to 30 days of kolam making. I gave them themes. I appointed judges to mark them so I could declare a daily winner, a winner at the end of the week, and end of the month. This year too, the event is still on, and today we complete 21 days. This culminated to an event which the families attended. They wanted to share their stories. The whole family would be involved in the process, maybe help in planning the kolam or the pattern, deciding the size, the colors, taking the pictures, and finally the excitement of the results. Imagine the positivity, the merriment, the love that surrounded them. I was deeply moved. I was amazed that such a simple art form can do this. Why is this art form a little different, a bit more special than other art forms? During my earlier days, I was asked a question. In fact, even now people ask me this question. How how do you have the heart to remove these beautiful designs? You spend so many hours making it. I had never given it much thought because it is the essence of kolam making. Always erased the next day to make way for the new one. There is no permanence, and the process is complete only when you let go. Therein lies many lessons. Humility also being one of them. There is no claim of ownership. No achievement is personal. There is always a divine energy behind you, along with one or more persons. For me, it was my parents, my family, my guru, and even my maid, who helps me to mix the colors or clean up the kolam. Do you ever wake up in the morning with thoughts filling your head, with all the tasks in your hand, a sense of lack of time and patience? You just have to hurry to catch up? Well, kolam slows it all down. It lets you settle into a rhythm where you can sort out through your priorities, give importance to the task in hand, and fulfill it successfully. Probably that is why it is suggested to do a kolam so early in the morning. One of the reasons. This artwork is not limited to women alone. Anyone can take interest. All you need is an enthusiasm to express yourself. I tell my students, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for your expression. You don't need to have a degree or conventionally creative. Ladies come to me saying, I'm not a creative person. I tell them, if you have sudden guests at home, won't you rustle up with something, whatever is left in your fridge? You are creative enough. Only God is the creator. We just modify, redress, rearrange, and present different versions. So any of us can express through kolams as soon as you learn the simple techniques. Having benefited so much from this art, I feel the need to keep this tradition alive and demonstrate that kolams can be used to represent anything spiritual, religious, cultural, even feelings. I have shared my spiritual journey, my experience in a coffee table book called the Atma Shakti, hoping to reach out to a wide range of people. I want to show that this art form is as impressive as a painting or a sculpture, dance or music, anytime, anywhere. And finally, kolams at the threshold bring smile to the visitor's face and traps the negative energy from entering inside. In the same manner, make your smile the kolam to your being. Keep smiling, stay positive, stay blessed. Thank you.